Hey guys, this morning is mid-20s right now. A little bit of snow coming down, but not too bad. We're supposed to get up into the low 30s today, which means it's going to be tropical enough to work out here this afternoon, so we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to continue cleaning some stuff up. It's supposed to be warm for a few days, so in a couple more days I've actually got a friend of mine scheduled to come out, and he's going to help me clean up the exterior of this grain dryer. We're gonna get a lift out here and see if we can get to the top of that and get that all washed off. Unfortunately, I'm hoping I'm gonna be climbing inside there today to clean the center of that out. That is the job that I hate every single year. But it's one of those things that need to be done, and I'd rather do it when it's 30 degrees out than when it's 20 or 10 degrees out. So we're gonna work on a whole bunch of oddball stuff today and keep cleaning this place up as we keep putting stuff away for the winter. Yeah, hi, I'm looking for a scissor lift that'll reach close to 30 feet high to wash a grain dryer. It is much less tropical out here than we anticipated, so we stacked a few bales on top of the septic system for that shed where we've had issues with it freezing up the last couple of years. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do some computer work. I'm gonna catch up on my books and start putting together an early balance sheet so I can get ahead of that for January 1st to try and get a look at where I'm actually at, what happened in 2018, and how did the farm perform, and get a better idea on my financials. So it's a good day to do that because we are sitting at just a little bit below zero for a wind chill right now. It's about 7 a.m. the next day. Dad and I are gonna hop in the pickup and head down the road here and head to a progressive marketers meeting. There's a guy that travels around a little bit. He works with about 10 different small groups of farmers, and he works with them. We sit down for about 2 hours and we go over the current fundamentals in the market, and then he also takes a look at the charts. We talk about the technicals and what's going on in the market and the things that he sees, and then we kind of look at that and we get a good picture of what's going on in the grain markets right now, according to him and according to the people sitting in the room. I actually enjoy that quite a bit. Usually I learn a lot. I think it's great to try to be progressive and always try to learn, and that's what we're gonna do here. Morning, Tux. You coming to the meeting?
This is kind of odd.
Well, it's not us anyway.
No.
Not this time. Well, that's over. That went well, and now I can pretty much guarantee that I'm going to be able to sell all of this year's and next year's crop for $7 or $8 for a bushel of corn. That's a joke, by the way. If you guys are not farmers, that's not going to happen. Now I got to go in and get ready. I got a group coming out here taking a look at some new products. How you doing, Whitey Tighty? Good morning. Take a look at some new products, and we're going to sit down with them for a little bit. And then, after that, I got to go to work. Okay, second meeting of the day went well. I feel like it went well. Made myself some scrambled eggs for lunch. Now I seriously do have to get to work. I've got to get the inside of that dryer cleaned out, and as much as I can underneath it, whatever's not frozen, so that my buddy can come out here and help us clean some stuff up tomorrow. I've got to get ready for that. First thing on my list is to plug this 9650 in, just to make sure this starts tomorrow, and we can get it out of here and get it washed up. I gotta do it. I gotta go in the grain dryer. I hate this job. I hate this job. I hate this job. I'm gonna climb up to the top one first, and I think it'd be really cool to have a camera up there shining down on me as I climb up there. But I'm not gonna go up there and put a camera up there and then climb all the way back down just so you guys can watch me climb up. So you're not gonna get that luxury today, but if I was a better videographer, you'd get that. But instead, you get this, so deal with it. Well, the top one is always the clean one, but those panels being blown off like that is not correct. So this part I'm in right here, can you see me? No, not even close. There we go. This part I'm in right here never actually has any grain in it. The grain all stays in the walls here. These walls, if you watch my other videos, I've talked about the grain dryer a little bit. These walls are about 1.5 feet thick. The corn runs down around the outside of the walls. Where I'm sitting here, this is where it gets tropical. The heat comes in here from the top burner and comes in through here, and it pushes out through these perforated walls and through the grain. That's how this works. These access panels have blown off. It didn't really affect anything in the process of drying. They're just not supposed to be here. They're supposed to be covering these. These are just panels to get down and work in the dryer in case you'd have a problem. This top part of the grain dryer is always the cleanest. You can see there's a little bit of chaff back here that I'll just push out onto the ground through this panel here. But this isn't a big deal. We want to get this off because two things. Number one, this is going to get wet when we wash this dryer, and it's going to rot and be hard on this galvanized steel. The second reason we want it out is because it's going to dry all next summer, and then come fall time, if this is in here, we could have ourselves a fire hazard, and I don't want that. Although a grain dryer fire would make a pretty cool YouTube video. That's what my thoughts have come to now. See what you guys have done to me? Also, not bad, but I am going to need the shovel. Boy, this is not thick at all. We'll just get out what we can. This won't be bad. Well, the two easy ones are done. Ow. Ow. It's recommended you hold a camera on yourself while doing this. Oh no. Ah. This is the scary one here. This is the one. This is the moment of truth. Plenty of room in there for a big guy. All right, stop. Hammer time. Yummy. So far, this really is not bad. I'm going to be able to reach most of this deep stuff by the door here, which is nice because I don't like crawling in here on my knees with this stuff right over my head. Clean daily. I'm having a good time. Not. For all you kids, that was a Wayne's World reference. Wayne's World was a couple of movies that came out back in the late 80s, early 90s. Check them out, they'll make you a better person. Are you guys okay? Probably better than me. I sure wish they made grain dryer columns in a big and tall size for guys that are 6'3" like me. I like to eat a lot. That doesn't help either. I get it. In case any of you are ever inside of a grain dryer doing this, watch your head on these things. If you touch them at all, this stuff falls right down your neck. I know from experience, dude. This would be a good time to remind myself exactly why I do this. Why do I farm? Farmers Business Network is having a farmer-to-farmer convention in Omaha in a couple of weeks. Leading up to that, we're answering a question every week, and this week's question is, why do you farm? For me, I've got 1,000 reasons why I farm, but number one is pride. My family's farmed this land for the last 140 years. and I'm proud to be the next generation to take this over. Maybe someday I'll pass that on to my children. In the meantime, if not, at least I can teach them the value of hard work and the pride that you get when that hard work comes to fruition. Of course, if you're interested in joining in those discussions, you can check out FBN Farmers on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and you can participate in the discussions. It's real easy. Check it out, and maybe I'll see you down in Omaha. All right, I'm gonna call that good enough. My knees hurt. I got crud down my back. My hands are cold, and the rest of this is frozen. So I'll probably have to pick away at this another day, but for now, I'm thinking that's good enough. Oh, good. More to shovel.
I wonder how much we're gonna dump out.
Well, that one's been, oh, that wasn't very much. That was stuck for most of corn harvest though, huh?
It was.
Is that what plugged it, you think?
What's that?
Is there wings in there? You think that's what did it?
I don't know. It seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We put these back in, I suppose, before we put the beans in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
All beans.
We got to clean the columns out here. We got a few columns that apparently were plugged up for a while. We got the system running now. We're just running the rollers on the bottom of the dryer to make sure everything's emptied out, and we're blowing it out of the pipes, just blowing it into the ground back there. There's not going to be much that comes out. There, if you look in there, you can see the rollers moving. That's what brings the grain to the bottom of the dryer as it goes out. Hey, guess what? We got a dead truck. Surprise! That other truck turned over for a while. It just didn't want to fire. We didn't have it plugged in. That's my fault. We didn't have it plugged in, but we cranked and cranked it until we drew the battery down. Now it's clearly not going to fire. So I'm going to pull this truck out of the way. That one's going to sit in there and charge for a while. Dad's going to grab the moline, and then we're going to shovel whatever we can underneath the grain dryer. Whatever's not frozen, we'll try and shovel out of there before we make a real mess with it tomorrow. Crusted over pretty good. A lot of frost in there. I guess Randy is running the tile plow today.
Oh yeah?
Sent me a video an hour ago. He was going through a foot. They were winching him through. They must be trying to finish the job for a guy.
Okay.
This stuff is frozen, but we're getting it, so it's not frozen too solid. That is. Yeah, we're getting a lot more than I thought we would.
We are. I don't know.
You know the basketball court, the old one?
The old basketball court, yeah?
Rub the snow against the floor.
Oh, and then it makes pink snow.
Yeah. And
That's
if
awesome.
you rub it against the right, it turns pink, and if you rub it against green, it turns brown.
Is that what you did at school today?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're making strawberry ice.
Strawberry ice.
Unicorn slushy.
Unicorn slushies on the playground. Homemade, self-made. Awesome.
No.
My help left for the evening, and I'm getting kind of sick of this. It's half frozen, it's heavy, I'm tired. I'm coming up with excuses to not finish the job. I really don't have any legitimate ones. So there it is, I'm just not going to finish the job. All right, let's see if this kitten will purr. Come on. Here we go, come on. There we go. Oh, it's ugly, but she's running. All right, let's see if this old girl wants to start now. Again, it's for sale. Has about 1,600 separator hours and 1,700 separator hours and 2,600 engine hours. Oh, like a green kitten at a milk pail. 58,000 is what we're asking for it. If you're interested, you can find my email. If you're not really interested, please don't flood my email. That reminds me real quick, guys. My Facebook messages and my Instagram messages have been completely overloaded with way more than what I can handle. If you sent me a message, I apologize. I more than likely have not gotten back to you. I get about 100 of them a day. I just can't find the time to sit down and respond to them. I appreciate them. Thank you to everybody for being a fan. Thank you for reaching out and giving me nice notes and encouragement. I just can't respond to all of them, so thank you, and I apologize for not being able to do that. All right, I'm gonna back this thing out, and we're gonna back it around the corner onto the concrete pad so that when Brock gets here tomorrow, this thing is ready to get going, to be washed. I think we'll try and do the dryer first, but I can't go get that until about 7:30 a.m., so I can't be back here until 8 at the earliest, and my guess is Brock is going to be here before that, so he can start on this thing while I get the lift set up for the dryer, and that's what I'm doing here. There we go. I do not like the sounds of that. That's not right. Something's goofy. Better take this thing around the block and see if I can get it to clear out. I had somebody comment recently about when I say around the block. Yeah, around here, going around the block means 4 miles of driving, but the good part is I don't run into any rush hour. There's no traffic, there's no stop signs. There's not any stop lights or stop signs. There is a yield sign somewhere around here. Boy, she is really chugging. Something is way off. I'm not even going around the block. She is a gutless pig. and I can't get any speed out of it. I don't know what's going on. Chase, if you're watching, give me a call. I got a W900 with some issues. What's for supper tonight, guys? Hey, guess what, guys? We have now added youth shirts and caps to our website. If you're interested, go to mnmillennialfarmer.com and check out the merchandise section. Here's the kicker, which I mentioned in the last video. You have to order by midnight December 2nd. If you try to order after that, it's not gonna work. It's gonna shut down and it's gonna tell you to get on out of here because they're not gonna worry about you. Before midnight December 2nd, that's when you gotta place your order so that you will have it by Christmas. We are gonna have that order placed, and then we're gonna run everything through and make everything all at once and get it all shipped out. I'm sure we'll have merchandise in the future again, but for right now, this is what we're doing. We're doing this one run on December 2nd. All the merchandise is new. It's different stuff than what we had on the website before. I am getting some complaints about high costs of shipping. I'm sorry, guys, this is what we've got for now, especially if you're outside of the US. It gets a little bit expensive. But for right now, this is what we've got. I apologize for that. Otherwise, the shirts are killer. They're high quality. They look good. Go check them out. We got hoodies too. The last thing I'm gonna do is run over to that 9650 and throw a cord on it so that it's warm in the morning. All right, it's time to go in and eat tacos. That's all I got for today. Tomorrow we're gonna clean this place up. I'll have another video on that. For now, thanks for watching, guys.